Hello, class 5, how are you all? So, from today, we are going to begin chapter number 10. Yes, the name of chapter is Air and Water, or you can say Water and Air. Okay, so in this chapter, we are going to study about the air, what is air. We will also study about the atmosphere, yes, and we will also see the different layer of atmosphere, and uh, we will study the how is the water so important, and where can we get water, and we will also study the different purification method. Yes, we will also study different purification method. Yes, purification of method we will also study, like chlorination, boiling, and distillation. So there are different type of purification method. So we will study all these one by one. Okay, the chapter is long. Okay, don't think that chapter is short, it's a very long chapter. Okay, so it will take time to finish it. So let me give you a brief introduction about air and water. You know, water is very essential for us. Yes, only 3% water is good for drinking, um, but actually 1% water is actually available that we get from the earth, which is actually a groundwater. Yes, so water is not available sufficient for us. Yes, water is not available sufficient for us, so we should save the water, because water need for many things. Yes, we need water for many things, like water is need for drinking, washing, yes, cleaning, cooking. So we need water for various purpose. Am I right? We need water for various purpose. So we need to save water. But I know ocean also contain water, but it is very salty water. It cannot be purified. Why it cannot be purified? Because it contains many impurities. Yes, the water of ocean have many impurities. That's why it cannot be purified. Yes, it's difficult to purify it. So that's why we need to save the water. That's why we need to save water. And you know, the wastage which comes from factory, and the liquid waste which from the kitchen, that is actually polluting the water, that is actually polluting the water, which is causing water pollution, which is causing water pollution. And if we talk about air, air is very important for us. Air has many gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, and you know that we take we take oxygen. Yes, and air helps in many ways. Air maintain the level of atmosphere, it maintain the temperature. So air also help in drying the our clothes. Yes, so and you know, the moving air is called wind. Yes, the moving air is called wind. Yes, now first of all we will study about the air. Okay, then we will move to the next point. I hope you understood. We will see the layers of atmosphere. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, it's air. What is air? Air is a mixture of different gases. Yes, Air is actually the mixture of different gases. Yes, there are many gases present in the air. There are many gases present in the air. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane. Even because the particle of air are far away from each other. Yes, the molecules of air are very far because it is the gas. So the molecules of gas always far from each other. They are not near to each other. They are not close. But the molecules, or you can say the particle of solid, are near. So the particle of gases are so far. That's why water vapor is also present in the air. Water vapor is also present in the air. So when the water vapor increase in the air, we say that humidity has increased. And in air, nitrogen gas is found in large quantity, okay, abundant. Now atmosphere. So you know that everyone need air for breathe, yes, and every living things need air to breathe. Even plants need air for breathing. Yes, they take the carbon dioxide, and we breathe in oxygen which is present in the air. Yes, am I right? So what do you mean by air? What do you mean by air? The layer of air that surround the earth is called an atmosphere. Yes, you know, our earth is surrounded by the layer of air. Yes, there is the air covering around the earth. There is the air covering around the earth, which is known as actually atmosphere. So atmosphere contains air. Atmosphere contains air. So the layer of air that surround the earth is called atmosphere. And atmospheric layer is thick near the ground and gets thinner as we go up. Yes, remember this point, kid. Atmospheric layer means we are surrounded by air. It is thick at the ground. Near the ground it is thick, but as we go up, as we go in the sky, its layer gets thinner. Means what? It means the a amount of air on the ground, near the ground, the amount of air is more, but as we go up, the amount of air decrease. When the air decrease, it means the air layer is getting thinner. Yes, that is the meaning. And that's why when you go up, it's difficult to breathe. Yes, it is difficult to breathe in thinner air, and but thicker air is easy to breathe. Hence the mountaineers carry oxygen cylinder. Yes, you know, mountaineers go to the Everest, Kanchenjunga, mount out the, I don't know where do they reach. They love to climb on the mountain. So mountaineers actually carry an oxygen cylinder. You might have seen mountaineer, and the picture is also given in your book. I'm not showing here the picture of mountaineers, but you can check out in your book, it is given. So mountaineers carry a oxygen cylinder which is just at their back. Yes, while climbing high mountain like Everest. Yes, when they climb on the Everest, they carry the uh, oxygen cylinder. Why? Because as we go up, the level of air decrease. That's why need oxygen. That's why need air. That's why they carry the oxygen cylinder. Okay, and I hope that you understood. Okay, so what is air? Air is a mixture of gases. Moving air is called wind. What is atmosphere? The layer of air that surrounds the earth is called an atmosphere. Okay, and mountaineers carry oxygen cylinder while climbing high mountains like Everest. And one more point gets our atmosphere is divided into different parts. There are different layer of atmosphere. Which are the layer? Let's find out. Let's move on the next point. Okay, it's layers of atmosphere. So there are five layers of atmosphere. Yes, there are five layers of the atmosphere. As we know that we live on the earth, so uh, first layer is troposphere, second layer is stratosphere, third layer is mesosphere, fourth layer is thermosphere, fifth layer is exosphere. Yes, these are the five layer: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. Yes, troposphere is the first layer and exosphere is the last layer. Troposphere is the first layer, exosphere is the last layer. So we can divide the atmosphere layer into five category. Troposphere, what is the spelling of troposphere? What is the spelling of troposphere? Troposphere, troposphere, Troposphere. Second layer is stratosphere, Stratosphere, stratosphere. Third layer is mesosphere, mesosphere. Fourth layer is thermosphere, thermosphere. Last layer is exosphere, exosphere. Then the question is, what comes after exosphere? Nothing. Yes, because there is no ending of our universe. So after exosphere is nothing. You can count the black hole. Okay. So which is the nearest layer to the earth? Troposphere is the nearest layer to the earth. Okay, and after troposphere, second layer is stratosphere. Stratosphere is that layer which contains ozone layer. Okay, and then mesosphere. Okay, then thermosphere. Thermosphere is that layer which is very hot, where the satellite moves. Yes, satellite moves in thermosphere, and then exosphere. Okay, so I hope you understood. There are five layer: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. TST, okay, I hope you understood. Now let's talk about these layers. Let's go on the next point. Okay, it's now let's talk about the troposphere. So what is troposphere? It is the lowermost layer of the atmosphere. Yes, lowest layer means which is layer the near the earth. Okay, so it is 15 kilometer from the earth. Yes, what is the um, total extent of this layer? 15 kilometer from the earth. So it is the lowermost layer of the atmosphere where life is present, and weather changes like cloud formation also occur, rain falls, snowfall, all these happen here in this layer. So we are actually surrounded by, we are actually in troposphere, all these things take place. Which things happens? Because troposphere is the lowermost layer of the atmosphere where life is there, and weather changes like cloud formation, cloud can form here, rain can occur here, snow can occur, snowfall take place, and it extend up to about 15 kilometers from the earth. Yes, it is 15 kilometers. Now again, so let's talk about the stratosphere. So stratosphere is the layer just above the troposphere. Yes, the layer which is just above the troposphere is known as stratosphere. So in troposphere, you know planes fly, aeroplane fly in, yes, they fly in this area. They fly in this area. Yes, they fly in the stratosphere. Stratosphere. They fly in the stratosphere. Yes. So the length is on the length of stratosphere in kilometer is 35 kilometers. Yes, it extends up to 35 kilometers. okay, from troposphere. And ozone layer, what is ozone layer? Ozone is that layer which is protecting us from the harmful rays of the sun. Yes, ultraviolet rays come from the sun. Ozone layer protect from this, okay. And the air means ozone layer is thinner and less dense as compared to tropo layer. So tropo ozone is layer is present in this, okay. So remember, we why is there the mask facility available? Why is the oxygen mask oxygen mask facility available in the plane? Because in stratosphere, the air is thinner, that's why it's difficult to breathe. That's why there is oxygen mask facility available in plane for the person who has breathing problem. So stratosphere, the layer above the troposphere is called stratosphere. Generally, planes fly in this region. This region extends up to 35 kilometer. Troposphere, and the air is thinner, less dense as compared to the troposphere. I hope you understood. Now, let's talk about mesosphere. Yes. So, if we talk about the mesosphere, the temperature in mesosphere started decreasing. So it feels cold in mesosphere. Yes. So it feels cold in mesosphere. So mesosphere lies just above the stratosphere. Yes, mesosphere lies just above the stratosphere, okay. And in mesosphere small stones are also found. So above stratosphere lies mesosphere, where the temperature begins to fall and is very cold as compared to troposphere and stratosphere. I hope you understood. Now let's talk about thermosphere and exosphere. Let's move on the next point. So kids, troposphere, it is the lowermost layer of the atmosphere where life is there, and weather changes like cloud formation, rainfall, snowfall take place. It extends up to 15 kilometers from the earth. And what is stratosphere? The layer above troposphere is called stratosphere. Generally the planes fly in this region. This region extends up to 35 kilometers. And what is mesosphere? Mesosphere just above this stratosphere, where the temperature begins to fall and is very cold as compared to the troposphere and stratosphere. Now kids, let's talk about thermosphere and exosphere. So what is thermosphere? The thermosphere has very high temperature. Yes, it is hot area. Thermosphere, thermal word, if you have heard, thermometer is used to measure temperature. So thermosphere, this is the area where the temperature is so high. Yes, in this area, the satellites, space shuttle, you can say, orbits in this layer. Yes, they rotate around the earth. They revolve and rotate around the earth. And there is one more layer present in thermosphere. There is one more layer present in thermosphere, which is known as ionosphere. Yes, it also has layer which is called ionosphere, which make possible the radio programs. Yes, okay. And in the temperature is very high because this layer is near the sun. The sunlight is more in this area, okay. And let's talk about the exosphere. If we talk about the exosphere, it is the outermost layer of atmosphere. Here the air is thinnest, most dense. Yes. So remember kids, in exosphere, the air is most dense, or you can thinnest, and there is no evidence of any other layer beyond it. Yes. There is no layer found above the exosphere. There is no layer found above the exosphere. So the layer just above the thermosphere is exosphere. Exosphere has darkness, we can say, and there is no layer above this layer. There is no evidence of any other layer. I hope you understood. Now we will see some uses like ozone layer use of air, use of oxygen. Okay, let's move on the next point. So uses, it helps in recycling water through water cycle. Yes, it helps in recycling water through water cycle. Okay, that is the first use. And second is the ozone layer in the atmosphere. uh, the ozone layer in the atmosphere, which is present in the stratosphere, okay, and absorb the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun and prevent them from the reaching us. Yes, as I already explained about the ozone layer. Yes, and air help in the recycling the water and through water cycle. Yes, because air contains the water vapor. Yes, when there is more humidity, then the chances of rain increase. Okay, and ozone layer is made of ozone gas. Ozone layer is made of ozone gas, means 3 atom of oxygen make ozone layer. And this layer protect us from ultraviolet rays, which are very harmful when the sunlight come on the earth. When the sunlight comes on the earth, it bring ultraviolet rays. Ultraviolet rays responsible for many disease. When sunlight falls on our body, then it can cause cancer, eye problem. Yes, can cause cancer, eye problem. But ozone layer protect us from. But right nowadays there is a hole in ozone layer occur. That's why ozone, the ultraviolet rays are coming directly on the earth. That's why you have seen that in summer there is too much heat, too much hot. Yes, and it provides oxygen, which is necessary for living, and also provide carbon dioxide necessary for plants and to make food. Yes, oxygen and carbon dioxide both are important. Oxygen is necessary for living things, but I know plants are also living thing, but they take carbon dioxide. Yes, but at night, at night plants take carbon dioxide? No, they take oxygen. Yes, and carbon dioxide also help to make food by photosynthesis process. And atmosphere also help in the absorbing the excessive heat of the sun, so the earth does not get overheated. Yes, you know the sunlight comes on the earth during the summer, but our earth does not get overheated. If our earth will overheat, then it will start burning. Yes, if our earth will overheat, then all the things will start burning, but it does not happen. Why? Because atmosphere absorb the excessive heat. Excessive means extra, too much, that is absorbed by atmosphere. And the extra heat is also reflected by the earth. Yes, extra heat is also reflected by. So that's why during the day it happens and retains heat at night, so that earth does not freeze. That's why our earth does not freeze. Yes. So remember, it does not, it absorb excessive heat of sun, so that earth does not get overheated during the day and retains heat at night, so the earth does not freeze. I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay kids, it's time to ask question from you. So question number 1. What do you mean by atmosphere? What do you mean by atmosphere? So what is atmosphere? The layer of the air, that surrounds the earth is called an atmosphere. Yes, and what is air? Air is a mixture of gas. Yes, and atmospheric layer is thick near the ground and gets thinner as we go up. That's why we feel difficult to breathe uh, thinner air, and hence that's why the mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders while climbing high mountains like Everest. Okay, question number two. Explain the different layers of atmosphere. Yes, explain the different layers of atmosphere. Yes, there are five layers of atmosphere. Yes, there are five layers of atmosphere: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. Yes, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. Yes. So, what is troposphere? It is the lowermost layer. Yes, troposphere is the lowermost layer of the atmosphere. Yes, where life is there and weather changes like cloud formation, rain and snowfall, etc. take place in troposphere. Yes, and if we talk about the length, it extends up to 15 kilometer from the earth. Yes, and what is stratosphere? Stratosphere is the layer just above the troposphere. Yes, the layer above the troposphere is known as stratosphere. And generally, planes fly, birds fly in stratosphere. Okay, this region extend up to 35 kilometer. Yes, its length from the just from the troposphere is 35 kilometer, and ozone layer is also found in this. Ozone layer is also found in stratosphere. But if we talk about the air gets thinner, means less dense. Air become less dense in stratosphere. That's why air is not available in enough quantity in this layer in stratosphere. Hence, there is oxygen that's why oxygen mask facility is available in plane for the person who face the breathing problem. And if we talk about the mesosphere is the just above the stratosphere. Yes, where the temperature slowly decrease and begins to fall and very cold is compared to troposphere and stratosphere. Now let's talk about the thermosphere and exosphere. So what is thermosphere? And thermosphere has a very high temperature as per its name, and space shuttle orbit in this layer. Yes, satellites are found in this layer, and it also has one more layer. Yes, remember kids, thermosphere has one more layer, lonosphere. Well, lonosphere, this word is not given in your book. Okay, this is extra point for you. It also has a layer lonosphere within it, which make possible for radio programs. And if we talk about the exosphere, it is the outermost layer of atmosphere. Yes, exosphere is the outermost layer of atmosphere, and here the air is thinnest, means less dense. There is no evidence of other layer beyond it, and there is no layer just above it. Next question. Now, question number three. How does ozone layer protect us from UV rays? You know that ozone layer is formed from the ozone gas. The ozone layer found in the stratosphere, it absorbs the harmful ultraviolet rays which comes from the sun. Yes, so the ozone layer in the atmosphere, in the stratosphere, absorb the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun and prevent them from reaching us. These rays are responsible for disease like cancer, eye problem, and many more. Now, question number four. How does the atmosphere balance the temperature of the earth? Yes. So, atmosphere balance the temperature of the earth. How? Because in atmosphere oxygen is available, and oxygen is necessary for living, and carbon dioxide is necessary for plants for making food. So atmosphere actually absorb the heat absorb the heat of the sun, so that the earth does not get overheated during the day and retains heat at night, so the earth does not freeze. In this way it maintains the temperature, balance the I hope you understood about the layer of atmosphere. In next class we will study some different experiment with the properties of air. We'll meet now in next class. Till then, bye bye.